Hello everyone, welcome to Get My Class. Today we are going to solve this question which says, which among the following cannot be considered as vegetative propagation? Options are sowing seeds, layering, micropropagation, grafting. So let us understand the question. It says, which among the following cannot be considered? So cannot be considered, that is very important to be noticed as what? As vegetative propagation. So what do you understand by vegetative propagation first of all? So vegetative propagation. So it is a type of method, or you can say it is a process by which the vegetative parts of the plant are used for reproduction. So it is the method, or these are the methods, you can say it involves all the methods of producing producing new plants from from vegetative parts vegetative parts parts of the plant of the plant so the vegetative part can be anything depending upon the type of plants. Okay, for example, in case of potato, the vegetative part which is used, it is called as a tuber. Okay, the tuber which consists of the eyes. Okay, it consists of tiny notches which are called as eyes, and these eyes they give rise to buds, and these buds will give rise to new plants. And this is a type of vegetative propagation. Okay, another example, you have ginger, okay, where they have modified underground stem which is called as rhizome. Okay, rhizome. Okay, from the same stem there is also formation of roots as well. So these rhizomes have the nodes which will give rise to new plants. Okay, so that is again an example of vegetative propagation. So if you notice these structures, these are the vegetative part of the plant which do not participate in sexual reproduction. Okay, so keeping this understanding, let us move on to the question again. It says, which among the following cannot be considered? So cannot be considered as vegetative propagation. Option A says sowing seeds. So sowing seeds, so when we talk about seeds are formed by the fusion of male and female gamete, that is the embryo is formed, and during that time only the entire seed also will be formed, because seeds contain the embryo, right? And hence, because it is involved in sexual reproduction, this cannot be considered as vegetative propagation. Hence, this can be the right answer. There are certain exceptions where we call it as apomixis process, where there is formation of the seeds without fertilization. But in most of the cases, it is after fertilization, there is formation of the seeds. And sowing seeds cannot be considered as vegetative propagation. Option B says layering. So what do you understand by layering? Layering is again a type of vegetative propagation where, okay, so let us talk about layering. These will contain, the plants will contain the horizontal stem. These will contain horizontal stems near to the ground. Okay, they grow near the ground, and slowly they get covered by the mud, and they give rise to roots. Okay, so still when they are attached to the parent plant, these branches will give rise to roots, and after a few days they get detached. That is, the horizontal stems, they get detached from the parent plant, and then they will become a new individual or a new plant. That this is known as layering. Okay, and this you can see in the case of, for example, strawberry. Strawberries are produced by layering method. Hence, it is a type of vegetative propagation. So this can be considered as vegetative propagation, but this is not our answer because they're asking which cannot be considered. So let us move on to the C. C is micropropagation. What is micropropagation? Again, it is a type of vegetative propagation which is done in vitro, that is in the lab, where we take any tissue from the plant and that can be cultured in the medium, and from them we will get new plants. That is what is micropropagation. But this is, according to the question, it is considered as vegetative propagation. Hence, it is not our answer because we have to look for which cannot be considered. Option D says grafting. So grafting also is a type of vegetative propagation where one branch, or you can say one piece of the stem is taken and it is grafted on the basal part of or the stem of another plant. Okay, and then you can see the growth of the two branches which have been grafted on each other. They will grow and they will give rise to the entire, you can say, the entire new plant. Okay, entire new plant means that the lower part will be the same, the upper part, that is the shoot part, will be belonging to the explant which you have taken. Okay, so hence option D, that is vegetative propagation, that is grafting, is also a vegetative propagation. Hence, this cannot be an answer. So let us conclude the answer. So what is the final answer? The final answer is option A, that is sowing seeds cannot be considered as vegetative propagation. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you, everyone.